Susan Hinchcliffe.
Yes, actually. That was quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was quick.
Yes, you can do all sorts of things when you're 16. You can join the army when you're 16, but you can't vote. I think our young people have tremendous sophistication. They participate in a lot of the activities that we were talking about earlier in the meeting, actually, in terms of what voluntary activity goes on in this community, in this constituency. So yeah, I would be fully supportive of young people having votes at 16. Big campaign about it, and I think the Labour Party is pretty much convinced, actually, that it's out to consultation. Kevin?
Vaughan's, yes.
The answer is yes, again, absolutely. The Greens would lower the voting age to 16. I agree with everything Susan just said. I think 16-year-olds are already expected to do many things, and it's only right they should have the privilege of taking part in our democracy. And also, in a way, it's a responsibility, isn't it? And if we want our young people to grow up into responsible citizens, why not give them that responsibility when they're able to take it on? And just one last very quick thing from my personal experience. Obviously, I've worked with these sixth formers in Leeds, teaching history and politics, and they're excellent young people, absolutely fantastic. And based on my experience of working with them, there's absolutely no way in the world they are less informed about the world of politics than most of the people out there, or even some of the teachers that I work with. But I won't mention any names. So the answer is yes, definitely.
Thank you. Phil Davies.
My answer is no. I think that there's always got to be an age at which we decide is an appropriate age for people to reach adulthood. And people might argue it should be 16. I think 18 is a perfectly good age. In fact, I've supported in recent years moves to, we've recently, the government, which I fully supported, said that people couldn't buy cigarettes until they were 18 rather than 16. And it seems to me rather perverse that we're going to say, well, people aren't capable of making those decisions at 16, they can only make that decision at 18, which I agree with. And then on the other hand saying, however, even though they're not capable of making that decision, they are perfectly capable of deciding who's going to govern the country. And I think we need some consistency here, and I think there should be one age at which we decide that people reach adulthood, and that age should be consistent, and at that point they can make all of these decisions for themselves. And I personally think that the appropriate age to make all of those decisions is 18. And I don't support reducing it to 16. When it gets to 16, presumably then the campaign will be for 14. And I mean, I don't know where this ends, but I think you've got to draw a line in the sand and say there's a certain age at which people are responsible enough to make all of these big decisions about their lives. And I personally think that it's 18. I think we all thought we knew everything when we were 16. I think at the end of the day, 18 is a much more appropriate age to make all of these big decisions.
Yes.
The short answer is yes, they would. And I think if you're old enough to get married at 16, that's a pretty fundamental basic decision, isn't it? Then you should be old enough to vote. I think the other thing that might well happen as a result is we might get tuition fees abolished. Thank you.
Hello.